Chapter 5, the Skeletal System, Screencast 4. Now, this screencast is focusing on the appendicular skeleton. The previous focused on the axial. And so really we're talking about the upper and lower extremity. Pectoral girdle, that's just another name for the shoulder. And it's made up of two bones. The clavicles, which are known as our collarbones, and scapulas are the shoulder blades. Then we have the arms, and that's going to be the upper arm, a single bone, long bone, the humerus. The forearm, that's a two-bone complex, radius and ulna. Wrist, our carpal bones, made up of 8 bones. The hand, the palm of our hand, are metacarpals, and the fingers and thumbs are phalanges. And we can see that here. Okay, so once again, we see the primary makeup of the upper extremity, pectoral girdle, shoulder girdle. All of those terms can actually be interchanged. And once again, they're identical on both sides of the body. Now, the pelvic girdle, or lower extremity, or hip girdle, is made up of coxal bones, our hip bones, the sacrum, and the pubic symphysis. So together, they form that pelvic girdle. And the legs, you're going to notice there's a commonality with the bones of the upper extremity. I have an upper leg thigh bone, femur. One thing that we do find in the lower extremity that we do not find in the upper extremity is the patella or kneecap. But if we look at the lower leg, there we have a two-bone complex. The ankle is going to be a little different from carpals. You'll see tarsal bones here. Foot, metatarsal, so 5. And then the toes, or phalanges. So together, we're looking at the appendicular, or lower extremity, and we can see that here once again. Now, one thing that I want to point out is a significant difference in the pelvic girdle of males versus females. Now, when we look at the pelvic girdle in women, you're going to notice it's broader, shallower, and a wider opening. So let's take a look at this. So here we can see a really big difference. There's my pubic symphysis, okay, where that comes together. And notice the difference as far as the space. Much greater, wider space here. But what I always do is look at this area here. Okay, so what we have here I like to refer to as a steeple. Very, very sharp angle, indicating that this is a male pelvis. And look at the difference here. Okay, so much wider space, very easy to see overall. So you should be able to identify some of the differences between the male versus female pelvis.